Hollywood. It's People Now with Bill Touch. Now, here's Bill.
Thank you, Dennis. Our guest today, the amazing Kreskin, is back to visit with us. Public access TV star Bill Morrison is here. I want you to meet him. Swiss bank account expert Mark Nass, Abe Alvarez from Archie Bunker's Place has stopped by, and the newest, meanest villainess on the primetime soaps, Laura Johnson from Falcon Crest. Also, we're going to go see a sound check of former Doobie Brother Patrick Simmons, and we'll be talking with him about his new solo career and how well that's going. There's Patrick there. We'll get to that later on. Right now, I got to tell you, a couple days ago, I was flipping over the channels and came across the Group W local access cable channel here in Los Angeles. And who do I come across but Bill Morrison, who does a show called The Mr. Morrison Show. And Bill not only is an artist with balloons, but he speaks his mind on the show. And public access, that's what it's all about. But now we're putting you on nationally. Welcome to our show here.
Well, thank you very much, and it's wonderful to be here and to have the opportunity to once again find myself in a position where I'm especially unqualified to do anything but appear in the fashion that I'm appearing right now, which to me is embarrassing because I realize actually I'm being truthful at the same time I'm putting on airs and trying to say something that's important and relative to some sort of an entertaining situation.
Well, you do a good job at it. Because the night I saw you, I mean, you had me fast. I mean, I gave up Dynasty and all those other shows, even our own movie, which runs at that time of night, and watched you. And you were talking about the problems of people getting ahead in the world and trying to make something of themselves. Do you remember that particular show? Do you remember that one? You don't?
Well, yeah, that was a show in which I was involved with very much. I don't want to be cute on it, Bill, on my responses here. Yes, I do. It was, for some reason, I feel funny in answering questions that, where people are actually asking me for some sort of information, as if it was interesting.
Well, it was. I thought it was.
And I do appreciate that, and I mean that. What I feel is this, in regards to what it was that I was talking about that evening, has to do with people like myself who aren't getting ahead like one would like to get ahead. And I'm talking purely as far as getting ahead in a direction that you choose to get ahead into. And what I was saying was believe in what it is that you believe that you want, and then to go after it with absolutely every fiber of your unit. Your unit being a part of the system of our mechanics set up with the electronic subworld in which we find ourselves in human form as God's creature and representing his total worth in the eyes of ourself. It, to me, means that in order for us to get ahead, feeling as I do, that there is little more than a molecular notion that we are coming off of. Are you following me?
No, I got you.
Of course. You must decide to forget most everything that you know to be true and simply go for one of the multiple of truths that you so select to go with as the principle upon which you ride out the course of your life.
I think you hit it right on the head. Now, the vest you have on there is part of an art that you've studied for quite some time, I guess, balloon art.
Yeah.
And the vest is made of balloons. And,
Yeah.
you brought along some that you're going to show us some of the things you've done, which I've also seen you do on the show.
That's right, the balloon.
Which is fascinating because you were into this really heavy discussion and then went right into making balloon art.
Well, balloons are a very important part of my life because I began to... balloons was a way that I was going to go for the rest of my life. The balloons were going to be the answer to success for me. They were going to be the under... Are you getting bored?
No, I'm listening.
And for me to say that shows something that about myself that I don't care for, which is a total lack of worth for my own authority. And then at the same time, I
shouldn't feel like that.
I know that.
Well,
not only that, I feel narcissistic for being so united to the first-person ego I that saying what I just said, everything related to my particular narrow, very, very significant life.
Well, why don't we see some balloon
I'd like
art?
to show them to you.
Sure, this is national TV here. 28 million homes.
Well, that's a...
56 million eyeballs watching right now.
No kidding, 56 million eyeballs. 5 and 6 is 11, and 11 eyeballs involved with the 56. I don't know what I'm saying in that regard. Boy, that's one of the hardest balloons I've ever blown up in my life. I barely got that one going. Balloons. The reason why I began to go with balloons, by the way, is in all seriousness, is because I felt as though I needed some sort of a gimmick, some sort of a crutch in order to take the onus of my own personality away from itself and go with the props that, which would be attractive unto themselves. This is a jay, of course, and it's a simple balloon animal, the flying a score. And now you've got, when you pull this end here off, you can release 2 and tie this end here and let it go, and then you've got the 3. And I didn't even see the second one. That's what I would like to know, how I came up with that particular routine. One of those kind of spontaneous ones.
That's great. Do you get into the making of hats and things with balloons?
Well, yes, I do, but I don't like to do hats ordinarily because they're such a common... I quit doing the ordinary animals.
No offense meant. I mean,
hats. I'll do a hat for you, though. You just take a balloon and you blow up it as I did there. And you can blow these balloons up in single breath blows. If you notice, I haven't taken 2 blows, I don't think, on one balloon yet. What we got here before the hat is, of course, the simple fish or the lop-eared rabbit. Pull this pin off here and get that out of there because you want that to look even. Tie your other little... I made a mistake on my finger insert and took it out at the wrong time. I don't ordinarily do that. Here you have the lop-eared rabbit, the fish, and the whale. And here, of course, you've got the antenna, which is tuning into the vibes from the space upon which all of the jokes are made, which I always stay off of. I don't believe that that was meant to be, as far as God's giving me my gift, was being witty, particularly. Jokes. Pull it off, and you got your...
Well, that's how to get rid of it,
you could call it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really, I hope you'll come back and see us again, because I enjoyed having you on.
Well, thank you very much.
And I'm going to be watching you back on your own show.
Thank you, Bill.
But you will come back and see us again.
You bet I will. I'd be happy to do so.
Mr. Morrison Show.
Yeah, that's right. It's a show, and it's the Mr. Morrison Show. It's involved with people who I talk with, and we are ordinarily going to be talking about things that interest us. And if you'll forgive me right now, this is one of the amazing things that I am revealing right now is that I should not be involved with this particular show that I'm doing because I don't actually have the capabilities of it.
But it's on the air, so
student, and I don't think I can rise above my Peter principle in regards to you reach your level and you go to your peak on the doggone thing and then forget it after there. What have you got? Yeah. But I'm going to continue to fight.
But we will see you again here.
And I recommend, thank you very much, and I recommend that to those people who do not identify with me, please get up and shout, thank God that there's somebody around like myself who has a way to go other than what it is that I'm seeing here. If I can only represent that to people, and if you think I mean that, Bill, you're crazy, because now I understand where I'm really coming from, because I'm so nervous, I'm actually saying what I feel, and I don't like it.
Well, we want to thank you for coming by, and thank you for joining us, Bill Morrison.
My pleasure.
See you again.
Thank you.
It was another hot day in Los Angeles. So hot, in fact, there was hardly anybody in line for Merv's show. I was driving to the office when I got a call on my car phone. It was our Hollywood contact, Malcomb Boyce, telling me to meet him at the intersection of Duran Duran, also a popular singing group of the same name. It wasn't hard to spot Malcomb, and that's when I asked him the code phrase.
Looking for the Stars Holmes?
Yes, I am. Don't call me Holmes, Watson.
What do you know on Susan Anton?
It was a cooler day than this, and Susan decided to go for a dip in Dudley Moore's hot tub before going to the studio to work on Cannonball 2. Her hair turned green. Seems that Dudley had put a little too much chlorine and it affected her hair. She had to go to the studio and get it dyed back to blonde.
Here you have something on the Gabor sisters, Ava and Zsa.
This is not a romance, the Gabor sisters and Merv. Merv is going to produce a show with Ava and Zsa next season. Maybe a talk show, maybe a situation comedy.
Merv in it?
Merv's not in it. That means you can watch it.
Good. How about Jane Fonda?
Jane Fonda has bought the rights to the Sally Ride life story. She's going to produce the movie and play Sally Ride.
What about a former member of the Rat Pack, Peter Lawford?
It looks like Peter Lawford's been really cut out of the Rat Pack at last. Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis are all doing Cannonball 2, and Peter Lawford is not even making a cameo appearance.
Say, here there's talk about Paul Simon and Carrie Fisher.
Paul Simon and Carrie Fisher may be getting married. She's been walking around showing a nice little diamond ring on the engagement finger.
Good luck with finding the Stars Holmes.
Thanks, Watson.